Yo, great people of Earth, I'm very glad you have clicked this video because we shall be reacting together through different types of videos. Funny, woke, creepy, even your most favorite videos with the intentions of spreading love, peace, and showing the importance of unity and forgiveness among humans across the whole world. Kindly help us wonderful soul to spread this message by watching till the end. You might see me eating some creepy fruits all with the intentions of sending good vibes straight out of Africa with much love, man, and good vibes. Let's dive in. You are loved. Yo. Oh my god, what is happening here? Oh, this is the first video and it's already things are getting creepy. It looks like a rock, some rock that was shaped in some place. Where is this place? Don't know, but this is creepy. How do you think these rocks were put here? By those people that were behind us or those, what do you call them? Oh my god. Oh, anyway, leave some comments, man. Good vibes. Thanks for clicking. What is going on here? Glitch in the matrix or something like that. Oh, this is creepy. This is really creepy. Oh my god. And strange interdimensional being appears in the sky after lightning strike. Wow, 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 wow. Oh! Good people, please leave some comments. What do you think this is? Is this some interdimensional being or something that was projected in the sky? Please leave your thoughts. I'd like to know what you think about it, man. Oh, this is creepy. This is really creepy. Secret footage of angel. Is that our angel that appeared after lightning strike? Oh my god. Did the angel come down with the lightning or something like that? Oh, is that even an
Frecuencia
angel?
de 888 Hz. Abundancia infinita. Sumérgete en la poderosa vibración de 888 Hz, una frecuencia que resuena con la abundancia y prosperidad del universo, atrayendo riqueza y plenitud a tu vida.
Did you know that no new information can enter the nervous system that's not equal to the person's emotional state? Even if you provide the correct answer to their problem, they won't listen because it doesn't match their emotions. In just 7 days, you can transform yourself by embracing change and leaving behind old habits and emotions. Break free from chains that tie you to the past and overcome predictable behaviors. Challenge your beliefs and change your thinking. Ultimately, you hold the answers to your questions. It's important when you have your own insight and epiphany, when it's your own truth.
Believe that the earth is round. There is still a group of people like Don Quixote who are questioning the world's beliefs, and even though they're not very good at it. But have you ever thought that questioning itself is also the driving force for mankind to keep moving forward? There is a mysterious and terrifying place on Earth. To this day, only about 2,400 kilometers long, with an average width of 69 kilometers. The topography is in the shape of a giant V. The lowest point of the trench, called Challenger Deep, reaches a depth of 11,034 meters. Even Mount Everest, the world's highest mountain, can easily fit into this seemingly bottomless abyss. As one of the harshest environments on Earth,
I'm living proof that scripting is real. I didn't even think I'd make this video to say that because I'm a skeptic. I don't believe in a lot of the new age woo-woo stuff on TikTok today. Like, I've moved past it, you know, especially in the last like 2 years. But it worked. I even hate to admit it, but it did work. I did the 3-6-9 method thing, but I followed it for like a year straight. So today, I know you can't really tell, I live in Miami and I used to live in Michigan when I was scripting. I have a home studio, a music studio. I have my DJ decks, I have my Ableton Push, speakers, the whole 9 yards. And I never had any of that before, nor did I even fathom I would have those things. I didn't even fathom I'd be in Miami. Long story short, in this journal, I wrote the same things down every single day, did not miss one day. And I would write down in like topics, right? But I'd write the same thing. The first one would be, I am grateful for my home in Miami, my DJ career, my home studio, and my friends. And I'd write that down every day, 3, 6, 9 times, in the morning or at night. Then after that, I would write, I am grateful for the 5 life-changing miracles I have experienced in, and then I'd put the year. Then after that, I would write, I trust myself, I love myself, I am worthy of these things. And I never skipped a day. Some days I didn't want to do it, some days I didn't feel it, but it literally worked. Like, this thing is filled to the brim, word for word, what I just said, and it worked. So if you're questioning anything, literally write down your hopes, your dreams, and your wishes. Keep writing it down every single day and just come back to this video.
Secret footage of UFO from Uranus. Oh my god. What? UFO from Uranus? Do you mean that some people might be living in Uranus, some UFO, Oh, look at this. This is wonderful, man. Oh, why is this person skating? Is this person skating on the river, on some ice, on the lake? How is this even possible? Oh my god. Huh? This is very hard to fathom. You see, there's a friend of mine that does skating, and I usually see him do it on the road, but now it's like people in other places are doing it on water. How is this possible? Oh my god, you see, humans are just amazing and full of surprises. What do you call this? Is this your usual type of skating or what?
Check this out. A disturbing online theory suggests you should never buy apples at supermarkets, claiming these fruits have an outer layer of unedible wax to keep the apples fresh. I had to see if this was real. I wasn't expecting to actually find an unknown substance on the outside. However, it's unclear if this wax is toxic. What do you think?
First of all, I'm surprised to get fruits from the supermarket.
I told you there are these hidden books of the Bible that were taken out of the Bible for unknown reasons by a specific religion because they did not want people to know these stories. I have already shared with you the story of where giants came from, or the Nephilim, the real story of Adam and Eve, but I think this story that I'm going to share with you is one that people really need to hear. How many times have you asked yourself, what really happened between Satan and God? I'm almost 100% certain most people have heard the watered down version of why God and Satan parted ways. So what I find the most interesting about uncovering these details about the true history of God and Satan, or which I believe to actually be factual knowledge, is that the story is completely different and Satan's name is even different too. And it doesn't surprise me because one thing that this religion does, who hid the books of the Bible, is change things to try to make them seem like they're their own. So for one, Satan's actual name is Satanas. And it is said that he was actually one of the 2 sons of God. So one was Satanas and the other one was Christ. But the story says that Satanas actually existed before Christ. It is said that Satanas was of the highest of highs. He was God's right-hand man, and he had so much esteem that God actually used him for many tasks. He was God's steward. So Satnal was upset with his position and he rebelled against God, his own father, and he persuaded other angels to do the same. Satnal, who was said to have been God's son before Christ, persuaded these angels, and God found out and cast everyone out of heaven. And Satnal was said to be so powerful that when God casted him out, he'd wandered amongst the veil of darkness until he decided to create his own world. He created a second heaven, and this second heaven was the universe. It goes on to say that Satnal created the physical world with all of its misery and suffering. Satnal, which is also an acronym for Satan, was said to have actually created Adam. And Satnal was said to have created Adam out of water and earth. But unfortunately, in Satan trying to create Adam to be his right-hand man, it proved that Adam was defective. Adam did not partake in any of the rebellion that Satnal tried to make him do, and this is why he went to Eve as a serpent and got him to eat the fruit. This is the fruit that caused Adam and Eve to be banned from the garden. See, Satnal tried to breathe air and life into Adam, and it trickled out and became a serpent, which was the serpent-like tongue that he used to tell Eve to eat of the forbidden fruit. That's not the only version. There are 3 to 4 plus versions of this character named Satnal in the Apocrypha, and I'm going to tell you the other one really quick. So the other one is that he actually created Adam, but he could not animate him. So Adam laid 300 years motionless, lifeless, and with no spirit. Thus, Satnal roamed throughout the world eating unclean animals, and he came back and vomited into Adam's mouth, which gave off something completely different. So if you ever want to know why this is not in the Bible, it's because it literally talks about Satan possessing Adam. By Satan doing this to Adam, Adam's soul was corrupted and defiled and imprisoned. And after he created this possessed version of Adam, he used this to do unspeakable acts to Eve with a serpent's tail, and this is why Cain and Abel were created. And if you know anything about Cain, like I said in my last video, he had a murderous spirit, and he is said to have killed Abel, and this is where the Nephilim come from. I'm gonna do another part on this, and let me just say, I understand if you guys are like, what the hell? But I'm just educating because this is knowledge from books of the Bible that we're taking out. So there's a reason they took them out. I'm not saying everything's 100% true, but I'm saying you guys should probably read them.
Oh my god, what do you think about that? That's really creepy. Leave your thoughts, man.
Alright, the first thing you want to do is you need room temperature water. Do not make it cold. And I'm using this giant glass bowl so that you guys can kind of see. And you need a good amount of blue Dawn soap. Alright, so now we're going to squeeze some silicone in here. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Alright, we're going to start with 11. It's been a couple weeks and I don't remember. Yeah, I need more than that. Hold on. 12, 13, 14, 15. Alright, so 15 pumps of the silicone. You're gonna mush it around inside here. Now, I don't use gloves when I do this because I want to feel if the silicone is still sticky. If it's still sticky, then it's not ready. So you're going to want to kind of just squeeze it. Make sure you got a good amount of the Dawn soap on here. And just kind of roll it around in there. Now for time, because I'm already at 2 minutes, I usually let this sit for about a minute inside the water. But, alright, so now we're going to make a ball. It just helps if you let it sit. But, okay, so now I'm going to make my little patty. You can see I'm making a patty here. And we're going to be doing a sugar cookie. So I've got the cookie here, and I'm going to place it on the silicone. And now I'm going to create like a well. I'm trying to do this so that you guys can see it. But I want to create a well around it that catches the wax when I pour it. But you don't want to cover the cookie, meaning the sides. You still want, and I'm just pushing this down to kind of make it a little flat. Alright, now I just want to kind of make that circular again. Squeeze out these edges a little bit. And make sure that it's nice and thick on the bottom. And there's what the top looks like. And voila, one mold.
Oh, yeah, I didn't know
This
how
lady
to
saved
do
an
that.
eagle, and you won't believe how the bird repaid her. The eagle was found stuck with a broken wing and was very scared of the lady. But there was still hope for it to fly again. First, the lady fed the bird, and after that, she took it to the vet. Here, the eagle received treatment. Slowly, it started to build trust. A few days later, the eagle was getting closer to freedom, but the bird was still unable to hunt, so the family had to give it food. Once it started to look majestic again, the family made sure it could look after itself. And after the eagle was let go, a few days later, it brought a surprise. The eagle dropped a small fish to repay the lady for her kindness.
Oh man, that's wonderful. These animals are lovely, man. Oh, oh, and in some place, someone's dog was waiting for them, and what? Oh, they didn't know the owner with the hat on, and they just can't believe. I think it's been quite some time since they last met. Some comments. You see, like there's many videos that has passed. Myself, surprised because of different beliefs I've seen. You see, I didn't know people believe different ways like that. But anyway, people are people with good vibes. We love everyone because they are humans. You see, spread love, carry, and all that. Big up to yourself. If it's your first time here, feel welcome and love. You see, watch till the end. You are loved, man. Let's keep on watching.
You know, chosen ones, as you continue to wake up, you will figure out that you will remember who you are. So many things will make sense. All the puzzles will fit. And you will discover the reason why things have always been happening the way they have. As you come onto this plane as a young soul, as a child, you have been deactivated. The reason why you have been deactivated was you had to experience this 3D reality of the life that you live on this plane. During that time, you would now learn so many lessons about life. Most likely you've been born in difficult families, toxic families, and your life has always been very, very hard from the beginning. But you know, for some reason, you've always made it out on the other side. No matter what used to happen your way along your life, during your life, you come out. You rose from the ashes. People beat you down, you got back up. People tried to poison you, it failed. Some of you even went through very difficult health conditions, hospitalized for months. And we can talk about a lot of things that has happened to you as a chosen one. And now the question is coming, the big question. How did you make it till this time? How did you happen to survive? How did you happen to manage to this date? How come you're still here? You know? Even if that in a very young age, at a young age, there was people that was around you who could feel a very unusual energy about you. So if you've been asking yourselves why people used to treat you a certain way, you know, when you was in your families, when you was in schools, wherever you went, out in the streets, out in the public, why did people usually treat you a certain way? Why did people usually reject you? Why did people usually scapegoat you? Why did people usually punish you? That is because there is an anointing. And whenever you show up in any setting that you have been, there is something about you that has usually made people, you know, uncomfortable with your presence. And that is why so many people treated you the way they did. So this whole thing wasn't really personal. You know, as you continue to wake up, you will also understand that this entire experience wasn't really personal. It was just happening on a spiritual level, whereby you was actually fighting with unknown entities. Okay? So most of the battles you fought, for some reason you have won. You see, at a young age, if God had really revealed to people who you were, I can promise you, you couldn't survive. So your deactivation was for a reason. It happened on purpose. You know, a protected person is also protected spiritually and in so many ways, spiritual ways. For you to be able to survive this entire time on this universe, on this plane, you had to be deactivated. You had to forget, you know. You had to forget who you were, because a lot of you guys, when you wake up, you finally remember that, oh, this is who I am. Some of you, you know, the light bulbs are starting to turn on, and you're remembering, oh, this is the person that you've always been. And, you know, you're stepping into your authentic self and trying to be that person that you came here to be. The enemy has always been around you, but you see, even if your presence has always made people insecure, feel insecure, you know, uncomfortable, you know, you've been triggering people wherever you went. For some reason, you went around to certain places. People used to get triggered by your presence. They didn't want to be around. They didn't want you to be seen. Everything that has been happening was for a reason. God had to hide you from the enemy. Because when you are born in very toxic situations, maybe families, environments, and everything, very unbearable situations and conditions, the only way to protect you was to hide you. And this has worked for you at some point, you know, because now you are able to experience life on this 3D and try to be like everybody else. But even you see that however much you try to be like anyone else, things have still not worked out, because you still figured out you couldn't fit in. So for you, living on this 3D reality has been a very tough experience, because you always struggled to fit in. Okay? If the enemy knew wherever you went, if they knew who you were, I can promise you, these kind of people that we've been dealing with, these energy vampires and these narcissists and these kind of, you know, dysfunctional, toxic people, if those people knew at an early age who you were, I can tell you and I can promise you, you wouldn't survive. The only option was to hide you, okay? The only option was to make you forget. You will now start to experience life, you will start to see things, you will start to go through some very, very serious lessons, because there is things that you need to learn on the 3D. Because the chosen one is a person on a spiritual mission. Your mission is spiritual. There has to be some point whereby you won't be activated. and you finally going to be able to understand the reason why you're here. And now, as you step into your purpose, you're going to continue to help the people around you, friends, families, and the environments around you. So, you could ask yourself a question: if people could not stand your presence while you have been deactivated, what would make you believe that they would stand your presence when you have been activated in that time? So this deactivation was happening for your evolution. There were supposed to be some things you had to go through. You had to go through some serious classes, serious exams, serious lessons. You had to learn very important lessons, because there is things that usually happen along the journey that are going to be beneficial for you at your point of activation, and at the point whereby you'll be able to now start to understand your purpose and why you're here. Okay? We have already done the video yesterday. The enemy is afraid of the power that is inside of you. Even at the activation, at the point of the activation, the enemy was always afraid of you. So people could not treat you the way that you've wanted them to treat you, or you expected them to treat you. So they had to treat you in a certain way. You see, a chosen person is a person who is born with this beautiful light, okay? Empathy, love, authenticity, truth, all these things is light in itself. And very many people don't possess these gifts, okay? There's a few selected people that possess these kind of abilities. These are natural born gifts. They are something that you're born with these gifts. The enemy always knew there was something about you they couldn't figure out, Your parents kept on beating you down, killing your self-esteem, making you reliant and codependent on them, because it is only this way that the enemy would be able now to do whatever they wanted. Or they like, but still, even at that stage, in that time, you have always been under extreme divine protection. So you see, there's people who try to do horrible things to you, and they cannot really figure out and understand how come that they are trying so hard. Whenever they take something from you, it comes back to you, double or triple. Whenever they do something, you get back up. Whenever they beat you down, you get back up. It's like you're just keeping on moving, and people don't understand the energy and the power that is behind you.